Hey guys, Lisa Callaghy here to share with you a video on how to interpret the placement test scores for Fast Phonics. There are two other videos about interpreting placement test scores. One is for reading eggs and the other is for reading express. And you can also find those in the Reading Eggs playlist in the UC EdTech YouTube channel. There is also a video on how to interpret placement test results, which is different from what I'm doing now and what I did for reading express and reading eggs. Basically, what this video does is it goes into depth about what these actual scores mean, not where the students place in terms of grade level, which is the video on how to interpret the placement test results. So we're going to talk a little bit more about what these scores mean specifically, other than just grade level and what peak in Fast Phonics the students fall into. All right, so let's get started. I'm here on a teacher's Manage Progress page that I got to from this left-hand side menu bar, chose Management, and from the drop-down menu, chose Manage Progress. So on this page, you're seeing here at the top a grade-by-grade guide, which helps to interpret the test results from the placement test below. For reading eggs, tab over to reading express, tab over to Fast Phonics. So for this video, we are going to interpret the test scores. The results here, as you could see, are listed, and then we're able to take those results and interpret them up here in this guide. So for the first student here, the phonics peak is 14. We have a 5, a 1, and those you can look at those scores and interpret those results up here. It's just telling you pretty much where within the Fast Phonics program the student falls. Now, it's not going to give us any more details here. We just know that there are 3 different subgroups that these scores are broken down into. But what do these subgroups mean? Well, they give you a little bit of information below what peaks 1 to 5 represents, 6 to 12, and 13 to 20. But to find out a little bit more information, like specifics as to what a peak 5 means, we would have to jump in to the left-hand side menu bar under Fast Phonics and choose Lessons. So from here in Lessons, we can specifically find a result, like a test result number. So for that one student who had a 5, we know that he is placing in between peaks 1 to 5, but what is peak 5? So when you're in this lessons area of reading eggs and you type in the number that your student has placed in, hit return, you'll see it will show you exactly what that peak is. So coming down, you'll see peak 5 is part of phase 2, and you'll see the focus sounds and the words read in this peak. You also have the ability here to preview the peak, meaning you're able to see what your student sees. So clicking on that, you'll be able to see what that student or where that student falls and the exact assignment or activities that they will be partaking in that peak. So you would actually be pretending you're a student here while you're previewing. Also, next to the preview button, you'll see a resources button. It is a drop-down menu, and you have 4 choices. You have handwriting, phonics, a teaching slide deck, and a weekly teaching guide. Everything except the slide deck is a PDF. I've already opened these up because they do take a little time to open up here. So the first one is a handwriting. This is for you to print out and give to your students while they're working on this peak so they can practice their skills. The next one is a phonics handout or worksheet. Again, this is a printable worksheet for your students to work along as they work in that peak. And then this is the Fast Phonics Peak 5 weekly planner for teachers. This is a huge handout. It contains the weekly planner, print worksheets, resources, and a printable reader. So your students, you can print out the printable reader for your student to practice um, reading, which addresses all the skills. The reader addresses all the skills from Peak 5. So it's just something that you can print out and fold. This is a very large file, so it takes a little time to download. Okay, so you have this available to you. So let me jump back in to reading eggs. Okay, so just so that you know, to kind of just go over a little bit this page, the Fast Phonics lessons, you'll see there's some other choices you have here. The support resources is pretty much, it's just actually the same thing that you get from the resources in the lessons. It is just the PDF, weekly teaching guide, same thing. The slide deck is the same slide deck from the lessons resources. But what you do not see in the lesson resources drop down menu from the first choice are these training videos. So these training videos are available to you. Since I did select or search for Peak 5, it's only giving me videos that I might need. And you'll see Peaks 1 to 5 is the first video to help. And this is for teachers. So you can watch the video right here. If I didn't search out any peak or score like I did, these are all the videos available to you. Okay, so let's just jump back over to our management class progress just to go over quickly. You have your students' phonics peak score. You have the grade by grade and Fast Phonics Peak guide to show you the students' test results and where they fall. But then to get more detailed information about their scores, you would come over to the left-hand side menu bar, choose Lessons under Fast Phonics, and that will take you to the Fast Phonics Lessons page, where you're able to search out a specific score for your student and get information about your student's peak and what skills they would be focusing on in that peak, along with other resources. One last thing I'd like to just share with you from this page. As you can see, you have some other filters: phase 2, phase 3, and phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and phase 5. You're able to filter down to these phases. So if I had phase 2 and I chose 5, it would give me peak 5 phase 2, and there are no results for phase 3. There are no results for phase 4, and there's a result for phase 5, but it's peak 15 because the 5 is there. So you know that phase 2 is where peak 5 resides. If you wanted to just see all of the peaks within each phase, clicking on a phase will show you the peaks that belong to that phase. Removing it and clicking the next phase, you'll see the peaks that belong under that phase. So this is a way to drill down by phases the peaks that practice that phase. Okay, so this has been a video on how to interpret placement test scores for Fast Phonics. I hope this helps. Have a great day.